Hello viewers, and welcome back to the channel. As I'm recording this video, spring is really gaining momentum. Weather is nice, temperatures are finally rising. We've had quite humid and cold spring so far, so now the sun is out, we are hitting the 20-degree mark, so this also means that cycling, gravel biking is more on the agenda again when it comes to the weekend, and not just for quick commuting. And so this means that my personal quest for the perfect camera transportation is on again. I've tried last year with several older bags and also with Peak design bags, of course not this backpack, but the sling bags. And while the Peak design products are ticking a lot of boxes for me when it comes to everyday transportation and also on vacation, walking through cities and stuff, there are some things missing when it comes to riding the bike, and this is on-body comfort, especially when things are getting more active and you're sweating a little bit more, because the bags don't have especially the sling bags don't have mesh on the back to have some more air circulating. And the other thing is weather protection. So I have a feeling that you need a little more toughness, so to speak, or at least the option to have like a rain cover, and these are not provided for at least the sling bags. So I did a little bit of research and I found this one. This is the EVOQ Capture 7 Hip Bag, which I'm going to talk about in this video. And what I'm looking for in a bag for cycling is three things. I want the possibility to mount it somehow to my handlebar. This could be through some loops or grips where I can just pull a strap through. And the second thing is I'd like the possibility to wear it as a sling bag when I'm not riding. So when I arrived somewhere and I'm putting the bike away and I just want to walk around, then I want a different possibility than as a hip bag to carry the sling bag around. And the third thing is actually, what was the third thing? Yeah, the third thing is that I'd like the bag to be able to wear as a hip bag. For instance, when the trail or the path that I'm cycling is getting rougher, that I'd like to take the risk of having bad shocks going through the bike frame, through the handlebar into the camera. And I think that if you are carrying, for these instances, the bag on your hip, on your body, that you can absorb more shocks and secure your camera. Yeah, that's just what I think, how it's gonna work. I'm gonna tell you in this video if the EVOQ Hip Capture is Hip Pack Capture 7 is ticking these boxes and which boxes it's not ticking. So little spoiler, this is going back, and I hope you can take something out of this video for you. Also, if you have a good tip how to transport a camera on a gravel bike, feel free to leave some info about that in the comment section. And also let me know if this kind of content interests you, and I should report about my latest findings on the ongoing quest of finding the perfect transportation bag for gravel biking. Alright, so let's get into it and see you in the next video. Bye. So here we have the EVOQ Hip Pack Capture 7. This is how you get the bag when it's delivered. Nothing too special from the outside. You have these little pockets here that are quite useful just for size comparison. This is a Fujifilm battery. It's about the same size as the Sony's and what have you, and you can fit, I would say, 2 batteries in here, maybe even 3. So that's nothing special. And you have those on both sides. So when you first get the bag delivered, it comes in this configuration. Yeah, if you are used to Peak Design dividers, this is kind of yeah, going back in time when Velcro was the only thing to go when it comes to compartments. The dividers are pretty, yeah, in my opinion, pretty cheap feeling, very stiff, very hard, and in my opinion, you need, of course, some stiff structure on the outside, but when it comes to the shock absorption, I think you should have rather smooth dividers. So in my opinion, these are very, yeah, very cheap. Here you have a little lid that you have to undo with the Velcro to get to the bottom of it. And these dividers create the first problem about this bag. And this is, again, the stiffness of the dividers. I don't know if this would yeah, undo itself by the time of usage that they're getting softer or something, but these dividers are so stiff that they are pushing against the front compartment here, and yeah, they are pushing into the compartment so that it's hard to put a phone in, for instance, because there's a lot of pressure. Let me just show you what I mean. So when you're putting your phone in, you can see that I can tilt it around the pressure points from the dividers, so it's really hard to close the zippers now. Yeah, you can see that the edges of the phone are pushing out, so that's not very clever made, in my opinion. Actually, now that we have the compartment open here, let's show you a little flaw about this bag. Again, you can see here the stitching is going all around the top, and what this creates is it's actually impossible to just reach in from the top through the Velcro. Let me just close this again. So when you open the Velcro, you can see you can almost not reach in when the zips are completely closed. It's very tight, so you can't see what's in there. And the next flaw is when you open the zips, everything just falls out. So if you do this when you are walking around and you are not prepared for it, your phone or whatever is in there will just, yeah, fall down. So next are these, so to speak, I don't know what's supposed to fit in there, but it feels very, yeah, very cardboard like. And in here are two small Velcros. I don't even know what these are for. Maybe you can fit a SD card in there. Yeah, that's SD card, but yeah, it doesn't feel very quality reassuring. So yeah, and here you would assume this is an iPhone XR. Here you would assume that this phone would fit in there perfectly, but the top zip is too small, so that won't happen. Yeah, and when you're closing the bag, it's kind of weird. You have to first tuck the Velcro in, close it, and then you have to simultaneously pull these zips up. It's really not a one-hand move. It's kind of annoying, really. So that's, I don't know. It's not very practical. These are very stiff. Not very. Yeah, I think it's impractical, really. Also, this compartment fitting here. It's, if you're used to Peak Design bag, it's really annoying. Size-wise, I could fit 23 f2. Would just fit in there. Just get some light. So that would fit in there. Here I have a XH1 with the 50 f2. So that would, you could put it in there like this and then have two smaller lenses, primes preferably, or an 18 to 55, which is filming right now, that would fit. This toplet here has no padding at all. It's just the bare fabric. So if you have anything that's, I don't know, maybe that's a raw, an incident that won't happen as often, but I could imagine if you, yeah, put the bag down on the wrong side, then yeah, there's not much impact protection. So yeah, that would fit in there. Ironically, the divider configuration would be better if you take one of these guys. That's the flex fold divider from the packing cubes from Peak Design, and that one fits in really well. See, now we have a flex fold divider in here, and that makes actually a lot of sense for this bag, because now you have the option to put two primes in here, and you can now fit an XH1 with a Viltrox 13mm. That cannot be, or hardly be, in here upright. It's touching a bit on top here. So that can fit in there sideways. So you can have a Fujifilm camera, maybe with a bigger lens like a 16 to 55 maybe, will just make a fit in here, and yeah, a medium size like a 10 to 24 standing upright, and or maybe two small primes. Another thing is that same thing here on the side wall, also virtually no padding. It's just a little bit of a thicker nylon fabric, 600D or what have you, and so like here from this side, hardly any impact protection, and it's not very smart. I mean, I do appreciate the effort that someone is putting in the time to engineer a product that's very niche, like a hiking bag, or possibly for cycling, like I was planning to. But it's not thought all the way through, in my opinion. And you can imagine if you don't have your lens cover on here and you get an impact that is like a little bit of pointy, that will go right through and hit the lens, so that's not very pleasant thing to happen. So yeah, that's the EVOQ Hip Pack Capture. I'm sending this back because it's not meeting my requirements. It's also not terribly comfortable to wear. So yeah, the hunt for the outdoorsy, compact biking and hiking small bag continues. So, see you.